Thank you very much and welcome to the Energy Spectrum Show. In this episode, we having a discussion on the political um, issues regarding the energy transition in Ghana. The energy transition in Ghana, as you may know, does not lie only on technical or economic issues. It is also deeply political. Discussions around policy and regulations, subsidies, etc., including other interests, will determine how we shape the energy transition conversation. So we have a guest on our show who is joining us online. Our guest in this episode is a senior lecturer at the Simon Didon Dombo University of Business and Integrated Development Studies. His career began as a teaching assistant at the University of Ghana, where he read political science and masters as well. He moved on to Ghana Institute of Management and Public Administration, to study his doctorate. He then moved on to Simon Didon Dombo University of Business and Integrated Development Studies. His name is Dr. William Asante. Doctor is also a member of UTAG and the International Public Policy Association. He is with the Department of Public Policy, Politics and Public Policy. Doc, thank you and welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Akwesi, for having me.
Yeah.
And then greetings to your cherished viewers as well. Yes, I can see that you are struggling mentioning the name of my university.
Yes.
Okay, but we will take it like
take it like that.
Okay. Yeah. So there are measures in place to make the name more manageable.
Okay.
But
yeah.
For the time being, let us maintain this one.
Okay. Yes. UDS would have been easier, but they keep on changing the name, so they should bear with us. Doc, did I leave anything out of the bio? You can add and then we continue.
If the bio, if I want to narrate everything, I don't think we'll finish today. But one or two things that I would like to, put across. Yes, I have, as you rightly mentioned, I was a teaching assistant at the Department of Political Science, University of Ghana. And then I was there for some time. The opportunity came for me to move to the Ghana Institute of Management and Public Administration, which you all know as GEMPA. Yeah, so I had the opportunity to teach at the same time and then be a student. So I was teaching and as a student at the same time.
Right.
And I think it is one opportunity that I have always been grateful for.
Yeah.
Because usually some of these opportunities, you don't get it in-house. You don't get it in the country.
Yeah.
You need to travel out of the country for you to get a doctoral, training that is fully funded.
Great.
Fully funded, and then at the same time, you are given the opportunity to teach. I have been grateful to God for such an opportunity.
Right.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Doc. So I found your research paper interesting. Honestly, I was reading through the feed and then I saw it and then I was like, great, this is a nice research paper. So let me go for it and then ask for more. The politics of renewable energy transition in Ghana, issues, obstacles, and prospects. Even before I start with my substantive questions, can you brief us a little of the issues, the obstacles, and the prospects concerning the renewable energy transition?
Yeah, okay. So as you rightly mentioned, it's an interesting paper. And then before I begin, let me acknowledge my co-authors. because they'll be on my neck if I don't mention their name. So Dr. George Tete, who is with Blue Power Authority, and then Dr. Emifa Ansa, who is running an NGO still. Okay. Yeah, so three of us, we came together to put this interesting piece together.
Great.
All right, so the issues. We realized that we are all, signatories to the SDGs, okay,
yes.
the Sustainable Development Goals.
Yes.
Okay. And then if you look at the SDGs, Goal 7 specifically, will tell you that the objective, among others, is to increase the share of the renewable, mix in the entire global energy mix, outlook.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So we then sought out to investigate what has been Ghana's effort as far as meeting this global demand is concerned.
Yes.
And then we realized that interestingly, Ghana had set for itself to attain 10%. Okay, as renewable energy generation increase.
Yes.
Okay, in the renewable energy, in the entire energy mix of the country.
Yes. Yes.
And so we said that, okay, 10% by the year 2020. Let's see whether we were able to meet the 10% or not.
Great.
Okay, and so when we delve into the literature, we realized that, yes, the baseline was 2015.
Yes.
Okay, and then the renewable energy limit at the time, or total at the time, was 0.3, I think megawatt hour thereabout. Yeah. Yeah, so it wasn't so significant.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it wasn't so significant. So let's say, okay, then let's see whether Ghana was able to make some inroads as far as this the 10% agenda is concerned.
Yes.
And then we delve deep and realize that unfortunately Ghana couldn't meet it. At best, we were able to add about 0.3 something to the existing baseline. Basically, 1% we couldn't meet. Okay, and so the argument was that what prevented Ghana from not meeting the 10%?
Yes.
So that was the question we sought to address. And then by looking at the question, we realized that the obstacles will come out, and then the prospects will also come out. The obstacles basically has to do a couple of issues. As you rightly mentioned when you started, we have the political angle.
Yes.
I realize that Ghana, during every election cycle, the issue of power is the key, a key campaign, message.
Yes.
Okay, so if you are a government and then your performance in the energy sector is abysmal, it will go a long way to affect your prospects.
Yes.
As far as being re-elected into office is concerned. And so we realize that yes, because of the issue of power outages around 2015 thereabout,
yes.
It put a lot of pressure on the existing government at the time. I think, fortunately, it was President Mahama at that time, NDC, 2015. And so they had to, quickly sign some power purchasing agreements, a number of them, PPAs, a number of power purchasing agreements, and some were considered to be dubious, okay, based on the, the available literature, okay. Some were considered to be dubious and tinted with some, corruption here and there. But you will agree that the government had to do that so that the government can be, portrayed in a good light during the campaign, so that they can maintain power. Okay? So some of these, political conditions or contests, push government to enter into some of these things. And then at the end of the day, it doesn't really, augur well. We have a lot of debt in the energy sector that we need to address, among others. And so if you want to push for renewable, it becomes a bit, difficult. Okay, it becomes a bit challenging because renewable is also a new technology that is emerging, and so there are a number of costs, implications attached to that. And so you are careful, all right, pushing for such, agenda. And so that is one or two of the obstacles. I believe as we get deeper into the discussion, a number of the obstacles will come up. And looking at the prospects as well, I would say that, Ghana, we are blessed with a number of resources, energy resources, natural energy resources, renewable energy resources. We have wind, we have solar, we have the hydro. Even we are also thinking about even the ocean, among others. Okay, so a number of it exists. Okay, and so I believe that if we are able to be deliberate, okay, in terms of our policy, directions, it will go a long way to help us, handle some of these sources, so that I think collectively it will benefit every one of us. Okay, thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, Doc. So we have a renewable energy master plan, and one of the aim of it is that there is the need for us to increase the percentage of renewable energy in the national energy generation mix. So according to the plan, we were to increase it from 42.5 megawatts to 1,363.63 megawatts before 2030. The last time I checked, we were still less than 200 megawatts, which is 0.8 or so percent of the energy mix. We still have hydro dominating, and then thermal also. Thermal is even dominating more than all of them. So by 2030, we are in 2025. Is this realistic? Looking at the political climate and with less than five years on the line or down the line.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much for your question. Let me make one or two insertions. Yeah. So currently in the energy mix of Ghana, I will break it down to three key areas. Okay. Great. So we have the hydro, we have the thermal, and then we have the renewables together. Okay. Yeah. So if you look at the trend or the trajectory, you realize that from the year 2000 thereabout, hydro was dominating.
Great.
Hydro had about 90%, above 90% thereabout. Thermal, about less than 10% thereabout. And so we were okay by then. But as the years progressed, we realized that the thermal aspect of our energy increases. Okay. Thermal energy increases as against the hydro. And then under renewables. Okay? So we realize that even by 2021 thereabout, you will see that thermal has significantly increased, 68, 67%. And then you have hydro around 30, 33, 34% thereabout. And then you have
other
renewables making up, I think, 0.6% thereabout in the year 2021. So you realize that we keep on increasing as far as the thermal, and the thermal is powered by fossil fuels. The thermal is powered by So the more thermal we get, thermal energy we generate, the more we produce or emit, carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. All right, and so that is worrying. Okay, that is worrying. But back to your question, I think we can still make a lot of things, okay, as far as accomplishing the 2030 figure or 10%, okay, the 2031, because we are currently in 2025. So we have about 5 years to 2030. I believe we are determined enough, and then if we are deliberate, in even a year can be so significant. Can be so significant in attaining the 10%. It's just that, as I said, there are a lot of underpinning issues. Okay. And then if you permit me, I would like to highlight a number of it. Okay.
Please go ahead.
So you realize that So you realize that one of the key issues that is affecting the renewable energy argument is the issue of intermittency. Okay, and intermittency basically has to do with the fact that renewable energy, a majority of it, you can't get it throughout the year or even throughout the day or throughout the week. Okay, for instance, if you take hydro, hydro is based on the water in the river bodies, and this one is subject to the volume of the water is subject to the seasonal changes that we have. And so if you are in the dry seasons where rains are not coming, you realize that the volume of the water will come down, and that will affect power generation. The same applies to the solar. Okay, so solar, you may not get solar throughout the year or throughout the day. I hope you are getting that. So some of these things are some of the things that really go against the argument for pushing for renewable energy, because you realize that the study that we conducted, many of the key stakeholders were making the case that, Ghana is a developing country, and we need an energy or a base load that can power the economy. Okay, we don't need a base load that will be, intermittent. Today you have it, tomorrow you don't have it. So that is the issue. So that became a major issue as one of the key challenges. And then again, another point has to do with the definition of even hydro. Okay, because if you say hydro is renewable, okay, hydro is renewable. Ghana, we are already producing hydro. Our energy, majority of the energy, mix is hydro. And so if you are saying that hydro is renewable, then already we have even passed the figure. Okay? So if the entire hydro mix is about 30%, and you are telling us that hydro is a renewable, then we have already overpassed or surpassed that target. That target that you are even pushing up. But you see, if you read the Renewable Energy Act, okay. I think Act 832, you realize that it defines mini hydro to be below 100 megawatts hour. Okay, the energy that can be generated should not be total, should not be above 100 megawatt hour. That is mini hydro. Okay. So that is the definition for the hydro within the renewable energy sector. I hope you are getting that. But this particular definition doesn't sit well with many of the key stakeholders, particularly those in the public, sector. Those who find themselves the technical people in the Energy Commission, the Power Authority, and other things. They have a problem with that definition. That is, if it is hydro, it should be hydro. You shouldn't place a limit. You shouldn't place a limit that below 100 megawatts hour should be
considered hydro.
Renewable and shouldn't be. About these are some of the issues. We realize that even within the definitional issues or within the definitional setup, the stakeholders are even not in agreement. I hope you are getting that. So they are not in agreement of even the definition. So if you have a situation like this, it becomes very difficult for you to push an agenda. Because already the people that you are pushing the agenda to have their perception and their own view, and it becomes difficult to force them to fall in line. So those are some of the key issues. Okay, and then the other point has to do with the new technology. Renewable energy comes with a new kind of technology. Okay, so you need new engineers, new technicians. So some of the arguments that those existing in our our system were pushing is that for our already machines, we have engineers that are powering it or that have powered it over the years. Okay, or over the years. So we don't need new engineers. We don't need new machines to do anything. Okay, and so it is what they normally term it as tried and tested. Okay, so once it is tried and tested, why should we go for something new that may that we are even not sure whether it will generate the kind of energy or power that we want to do. So these are some of these among others are some of the key issues that I think that it's not auguring well for we attaining, that 2030, deadline. But for me, I believe that if you are deliberate, if you are deliberate in terms of our policy, we have the political commitment. Because if there's political commitment, we can be able to attain it. And then let me chip in. One significant issue is that the Renewable Energy Act makes provision for what you call the Renewable Energy Authority.
Yes.
Okay. Now, the Renewable Energy Authority is supposed to be the implementing agency.
Yes.
As far as issues
relating to
surrounding renewables are concerned. Okay. Now, because we don't have the Renewable Energy Authority, now the Energy Commission has stepped in. So the Energy Commission is now being a regulator at the same time implementer.
Yes.
Okay. So you realize that with such a structural or institutional, arrangement, it becomes also difficult. Okay, for us to attain that. And so I will use your platform to push those who are listening, those in the helm of affairs, that they should push and want to get the Renewable Energy Authority in place. I believe once we get the Renewable Energy Authority in place, the institutional framework will be available for us to push for the renewable energy agenda to be attained.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Doc. So you mentioned Energy Commission and all that. So when it comes to the politics of renewable energy transition in Ghana, how independent is Energy Commission and PURC in this conversation?
All right. Thank you for your question. When you talk about public institutions in our sector or in our jurisdiction, and then you bring the issue of independence, I tend to be a bit judgy about it. But anyway, because you see, most of our frameworks that set up these institutions, have articles or provisions that gives power to the political leadership to appoint, key individuals. Okay, key individuals to head, those institutions. PURC, for instance, we have, I think, commissioners, 9 commissioners that are supposed to ensure that the commission runs. Okay. You look at the chairman. Currently, I think it's Honorable Moses Asaga. I don't know if you have looked at it. And Moses Asaga, we all know, was one time a member of parliament for, I think, Namdam constituency in the Upper East region. Then a member of the National Democratic Congress, NDC. Okay, so yes, you have such a highly political individual heading the affairs. Then it becomes difficult for you to speak about independence. Okay, we can as well look at the issue of competency.
Exactly.
Yes, the person may be a party person, but is the person competent enough to head, those particular institutions? These are issues that I think we can look at. And so for me, whether it is independent or dependent, it's not really the big deal. But the issue has to do with the one or those in charge. Are they competent enough to deliver? Okay, are they competent enough to deliver and ensure that the objectives of these public institutions are achieved or attained? And for me, that is the key issue. Because no matter what you do, anybody that you appoint may have a political, linkage. Okay. One time I was speaking to one of my colleagues, and he mentioned that even the priest and the reverend ministers that preach to us, they vote, isn't it? They vote for a political party, isn't it? Yes. So yes, even they who are in, in the religious, setting, do not come out for everyone to know that they are in party A or party B. Once they vote political party,
exactly.
and they belong to a political party, or they are sympathetic to a political party. Okay, yeah. So no matter what you do, and then based on the structure of our constitution and the act establishing these institutions, the issue of political interference, you can't do away with it. Great. And so we just hope that the political leadership and the political authority will use their power to appoint people that can ensure that the objectives of these institutions are attained. Okay, and so that's what I think.
Okay. All right, Doc. Lastly and briefly, maybe less than 2 minutes. No, going back to the renewable energy master plan. Ghana proposes to create an enabling environment to remove bottlenecks that will hinder private sector growth when it comes to renewable energy transition. So I would want to know, per the paper or the research that you and your co-authors did you find that Ghana has done enough to ensure that these bottlenecks are removed?
Okay, all right. Thank you very much for your question. Yes, we realize that efforts are being made. Okay, efforts are being made. We can't say that nothing is being done at all.
Yeah.
Okay, efforts are being made, but we also think that we need a lot more to be done.
Great.
Okay, because you see, I am of the view that we should encourage the private sector to actively participate in our energy agenda entirely. Okay, so the private sector should be encouraged. Okay, and the private sector, I will say that private sector includes individuals like you and I, and then also businesses. Okay, so businesses and individuals like you and I. Okay, so I realize that yes, some efforts. We realize that some efforts have been made. I think there were some projects about solar panels in some of the public institutions, and also some people domestically or individually procure some of these things for their individual use. Okay, I think they all do it within the confines of what the state has done. And so I will encourage government that we should relax the licensing processes and procedures. Okay, so if a business wants to come and invest in the renewable energy sector, the bureaucratic nature of acquiring licenses should be looked at. Okay, let's make it more easier for people to acquire licenses. Let's make the terms of payment, regulatory activities here and there. Should make it in such a way that it is flexible. Okay, it is not a rigid or cut in stone kind of regulation. Okay, so that at the end of the day, if business A is coming, and then we look at the capital, the amount of money the business is coming to invest, the benefits that the country is going to get at the end of the day, then we look at it and maybe assign a fee that is manageable for that firm to start rolling out. And so I believe that we should create a friendly business environment for businesses to take advantage of it. And also we should encourage our people, Ghanaians, you and I. Okay, mostly Ghanaians, we don't really care whether the energy we are getting is for renewable or not renewable. And what our interest is in is to have our energy or our lights on. So yes, but I believe that if there is this education, there's this advocacy like what you are doing currently. Okay, so we encourage ourselves that renewable is also a good thing, and then once you adopt it, you are also helping the environment, I believe it will encourage everybody to come on board. And then at the end of the day, we all be beneficiaries of it.
Great. That's a great submission there. Thank you very much, Doc. It is clear that renewable energy transition is as much political as political and leadership as economic and technical. We need to balance these and then make sure that we improve on our renewable energy generation mix. This is going to go a long way to help the country grow. So thank you very much, Doc. It's been nice talking to you and having you on the show. We look forward to seeing you once again and to share your insights. Thank you very much, and we will see you on the show again.
Thank you very much, my brother Kwesi. I look forward to another encounter.
Great.
Once we are still in the research business, we are still working on other manuscripts, other papers in the areas. So once it is done, I'll contact you and then we can schedule another encounter.
Great.
Thank you very much for the opportunity as well.
Thank you.
I'm grateful to your outfit.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye. So viewers, this is the end of the interview with Dr. William Asante, who is a senior lecturer at Simon Dombo University, which used to be UDS. So this is the end of the show. We come your way once again.
I have to tax you. I have to tax you the way you are mentioning my school's name. All right, see you.
Okay, see you once again, sir. Bye. Thank you. So, thank you, viewers. Thank you, and we will see you once again. Thank you.